Hey, this is Dave and Rich again from houseparents.com. We want to show you how to do a project so you can save a lot of money. Today we're going to show you how to finish drywall, and we're using this one particular tool, and it's called a Dustless Sander. And it's the magic to getting the job done without a lot of mess. This is the Dustless Sander, and we've had this for years, so it's a little bit we lost the tool between here and here, so now that's just duct tape. But it works just as well. And as you look at this, you'll be able to see you could actually make something. If you're super DIY, you can make one. Or you could just go to the store and get one. I think they're like, I don't know, 50 bucks or something. But basically this is it. This super long hose goes into the bucket, and there's another hose that comes out of the bucket and goes to your shop vac. And what's going on in the inside is when you sand, you're sanding on this, and you can see on this actual tool it has these sanding grates that are just your typical sanding grates, but this has all kinds of little holes in it. And so as you sand, the drywall dust goes through the sanding grate into the head of this basically hollow tool, down through the hose, and into the bucket. Now the deal of the bucket is this. It has water this deep in the bucket. And when you pop the lid, you've got a little hose. And so as the dust comes through your sanding head, I guess, and down the hose, it comes into the bucket, and as it's coming in, it shoots into the water. But this is just above the level of the water. So then here, more air, as air is coming in, air is going out, air, no water, comes back through the hose and does a complete cycle. This air goes into the shop vac. So what it's doing, this break between here and there, is allowing the dust to go into the water, and yet the air continues on and goes through the shop vac. So it's a way of trapping the drywall dust. Okay, so this gets rid of about 95% of the drywall dust. If you've ever sanded drywall just the old school way with sandpaper, it's just a huge cloud. You gotta wear a mask, or should probably wear a respirator. But this is amazingly neat. It saves an extra step of cleanup, because basically you're not gonna have drywall dust over your brand new, like in our case, a brand new tiled floor. So anyway, this grate attaches. You can buy them pre-cut, and they have a little V cut out here, and so you just have these wing nuts that clamp it down, and there it is. It's ready to go. Now all you gotta do is turn it on and sand. It's a little bit loud and obnoxious because your shop vac's always running, and then for whatever reason it whistles, and so I wear earplugs because I can't stand the whistling. But anyway, it does a great job, and in no time your walls are ready to paint. So here we go. We'll give it a shot. All you gotta do is turn on the shop vac. Alright, so there you go. It's just as simple as that. You can see the grate gets a little bit of drywall dust on it, but if you just tap it, it goes right into the holes. One of these grates lasts a pretty good amount of time, but if you just feel like you're just doing more sanding than you really should be, swap out the grate and keep on going. Now, as you can see, right now the water is not bad, but the more and more dust that gets on there, what's going to happen is it'll build up and it'll start clogging this hole. But you'll be able to tell. You'll be sanding and you'll start to see just lots of dust just start falling to the floor, and you'll know, oh, okay, this is getting clogged up, so I need to change. So you do a water change whenever you see the performance of the sandpaper stop, or the sanding grate stop working, when you start to see a lot of dust. But yeah, and then when you're done, the goal is to keep this nozzle, you can see how it starts to build up after a while. Even when you carry the water upstairs, try to keep water from splashing on this, because automatically the dust will start, gooping up in there. It's probably better to bring the water up, let it stop sloshing around, then put your top on. Like I said, this is basically, it's an ingenious little invention, but it's basically a bucket with a couple of hoses and then your sanding handle. But if you're really ambitious, you could make it yourself, or you can just go ahead and buy one, We probably have an Amazon link down in the description below, so you can help us out by using that link and buying yourself something off our site. We'd certainly appreciate it. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We got more videos coming. Give us a like or a comment. We always like to hear from you guys. And don't forget, when you subscribe, to hit the notification bell. That way you're going to know whenever we launch our newest video. See you then. Thanks.